Leo, this is your energy check-in love reading. We're tuning into the person on your mind or your current situation and the energy unfolding for you right now. Let's see what wants to come through. Clear messages, advice, and guidance for my Leos, please. All right, so your energy, we have the Knight of Swords, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Your person is showing up as the Six of Cups in reverse. They're viewing you as the Queen of Cups in reverse, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy. And what you're not seeing is the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy for me as a reader, but also the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius. And the final outcome or your advice is the Three of Cups in reverse, okay? And we have the Sun card. I love that the Sun is coming out in the upright. This is one of your major arcana cards telling me you're in alignment, you're positive, you're passionate, you're powerful. You may be experiencing some growth, some success, attention. The Knight of Swords tells me also that you're in alignment, like you know what you want and you're going for it. So let's see. And we see the Eight of Pentacles. You've been working hard towards something, and I feel like it's about to pay off here, Leo. I think things are speeding up for you. I think this is going to make you really happy. Now, you're viewing this person as the High Priestess, Cancer, Pisces energy. So you may recognize that this is someone who has secret feelings for you, or you may be getting dream messages here about this person. I mean, the High Priestess is an enlightened energy, but she's also someone who can be a bit hard to figure out, who's not easy to access. This Cancer Pisces energy is somebody creative, loving, emotional, very intuitive, but a bit secretive. And you're viewing the connection as the Page of Wands in reverse. So as much as you might like about this person, you may feel like they keep secrets or they're hard to read. And with the Page of Wands in reverse, it's like you're not fully trusting this connection. You're not trusting whether or not you should take a risk or a leap of faith. This is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. You may feel like this was a fling, or maybe this is something where there's attraction, but you're not sure that there's enough more, there's enough else to build this into something real and something solid. Now, your person, the World card, Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, Aquarius, this is telling me that, they're experiencing some type of ending here with you. But this is also an energy of, I want a new beginning. I want something new. I want a new cycle. And with the Six of Cups in reverse, I feel like this person is missing you, or they're really sad or disappointed at how things have turned out. And I feel like my Leos, I'm not saying you don't think about this person, because I think you do. But I think you're also really focused on your own self-development. And I think you're in a really powerful place. So, and I'm sure they're picking up on that energy. But they want a new beginning with this Aries energy. And it feels like they're willing to take a risk or a leap of faith and come back around, the Eight of Cups in reverse. This is someone who spends a lot of time thinking about you, fantasizing about you, wondering about you and the connection. And they're feeling this ending on a very, very deep level. Now, I'm not saying that my Leos, you didn't or don't feel the same way, but I don't think you're as affected as this person, or you're more clear on what you want and where you're going. And it's kind of making this hit less hard for you, or not as hard for you as it is for them. Because I think this person wants to take a chance and wants to try again. The Queen of Cups energy in reverse tells me that you could have water in your chart, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But this person is seeing you as someone who's not emotionally investing or invested. They may also feel like you're emotionally drained by what's happened. Yeah, the Five of Swords, that you're unapologetic about fighting for what you want, going after what you want. So some of my Leos with that Eight of Pentacles, you're really focused on your career. You're really focused on your health. You're really focused on healthy relationships. And I feel like you kind of have no bones about it. All right. And the Ten of Wands, they may see that you're overwhelmed or overburdened right now. You have a lot of responsibilities, or they know that this was a heavy connection for you. Maybe you were carrying more than your fair share. And the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups in reverse, more water energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, telling me they're not sure you're going to emotionally invest. And now I feel like they're not sure exactly what to believe, because I think this person thought that this would be easier, or that you would come back, or that you would chase them. So the Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius energy, but also the fixed signs, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius energy, tells me that there is karma here in this situation. This is a connection you were meant to experience. But in their energy, in the hidden position, it tells me that this person wants to come towards you, and they are coming towards you. And that's doubly clear here with the Knight of Swords, that they have clarity, they want to communicate, they're coming in possibly with a gift, maybe some sort of grandiose offer. Emperor energy in reverse, Aries energy. And we see the Four of Cups. They want things to go their way, but I feel like this person is somebody who, it's not like I think they don't think you have free will, but they weren't expecting you to express your free will as much as you have, right? Like, and what I mean by that is I think this person is very my way or the highway. And maybe they thought they could turn you off and then turn you back on again, or this connection. I feel like this person is a little bit triggered. I think they're actually very triggered at the prospect of being rejected here. The Three of Cups energy in reverse tells me that there's gossip, there's interference here. All right, we see the Hierophant card, Taurus energy, the Moon, Cancer, Pisces energy, and the Eight of Wands in reverse. Now, some of my Leos, you may have moved on to a third party, and it may be something you're keeping secret that this person doesn't need to know about, or you don't want them to know about it. And I feel like with the Eight of Wands in reverse, there's a real disappointment here with this person that things aren't or won't go their way. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, we see the Two of Swords. So this person definitely has been holding back. There's something they're not seeing. And again, I feel like what they're not seeing is that they may have wanted to control the situation. And with a Leo, that's going to be very difficult. You know, Leo, you are all about I will. You are not, especially not a Leo or anyone with strong Leo placements, to be controlled. And I kind of feel like this person thought that they could do that. Now there's been a painful ending and they're missing you, and they're going to take a leap of faith and try to come back towards you. But for a lot of my Leos, I feel like you have moved on, or you will be moving on. And, you know, they might hear it through the grapevine if you choose not to speak to this person, if you have them blocked. But I think you have a lot of clarity. And I think you're also recognizing that you're achieving what you want to achieve. And you're doing it kind of without this person. Okay. So let's see what we need to know about them. We see move on. They've tried to move on, or maybe they thought they could move on and it wouldn't affect them. We see chosen. This person wanted to be chosen by you. All right. And we see incoming call. Yeah. But I think this person, after they've tried to move on, they're choosing you. They definitely wanted you to choose them, or want you to choose them. But I feel like now they're choosing you. And we see this incoming call, but there's third-party interference here. Now, third party doesn't have to be romantic rivals, Leo. It can be, you know, work. It can be distance. It can be friends and family. It can be gossip. It can be really anything that comes between you and this relationship. But for a lot of you, I see you being in a deeply romantic, committed connection that maybe you don't feel this person even needs to know about, you know, and not so much so that there was secrecy here because you were doing them dirty or something, but maybe because it's on a need-to-know basis. Okay. Some of you were keeping it secret. Really, it's, you know, you'll know. This person feels like you two are a perfect match, but they're not who you think, and they have secret desire and secret feelings for you. And again, they may have totally given you the impression that they're done, you know, that they weren't interested. And I feel like you acted accordingly. All right. And I think it's going to be a major wake-up call for this person. Okay. So let's see. Advice and guidance for my Leos, please. Heightened awareness. So you're intuitively sensing something is shifting beneath the surface, and you're right. Yeah, and I actually feel like you're on the right path here, Leo. I mean, I feel like you're moving forward. You have clarity. You're putting in the work. You're achieving. You're happy. There's growth and expansion here for you. But I don't know that this person is going to be a part of that. And that might even be something that you feel surprised by. We see energetic cords. Clear your aura of unwanted attachments, memories, or unhealthy energies. Release and renew. This is the energy I think you're in. I think you're in this renew and release. All right. And self-actualization. Here it is, Leo. You are on the road to achieve your full potential. Understand your core strengths and use them to your advantage. I think that's what you're doing. I think that's the path that you're on. And I kind of feel like you don't need this person. And like I said, that may come as a surprise to many of you, because you may have thought that this person was going to be a part of your future. Or maybe you thought you needed them in some respects. But I don't think you do. And I think you're realizing that. And I think a lot of you have found somebody else, or you will be finding somebody else who matches your energy. But I'd be hesitant about letting this person back into your life, because there's a lot of messages here about release and renew. And you're on the road to achieve your full potential. And it may be that this person was holding you back, or this was a karmic lesson that needed to be learned before you could get there. All right. So Spirit's saying past life relationship. You have known each other before. So clearly it's a past person. But I also think this is that cord between you that makes it not so black and white. Okay, and at the bottom of the deck, we get deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. Now, you might not be very open about how you feel, or maybe moving into another relationship. That is true for some of you. And like I said, it may be on a need-to-know basis. Not everybody needs to know what's going on, especially if you're moving into a newer connection, or when you do. I mean, it doesn't have to be, blasted all over social media and things like that. And it may not even be any of this person's business, especially if this is an ex. But I do feel like there was some deception here, Leo. And I think it's something that you really do need to pay attention to. Okay? So I'm going to leave it here. I'm sending you love and light. Take care.